election. We'll focus on the 3rd District at-large race and talk with State Representative Brandon Ellington. His opponent will be my guest next week. The 3rd District is on the city's east side. The current at-large councilman from the 3rd, Quentin Ruckus, is one of the 2 candidates for mayor. Brandon Ellington, welcome to Ruckus. Thanks for joining us.
Now, how you doing today?
I'm doing quite well, thank you. You're in the state legislature. Why do you want to leave that for a potential seat on the city council?
A couple things. One, it'd be good to come out of the same asylum. The other is proximity. So since I've been in
and you'd get into sanity on the city council?
I think I would, being more closely connected to the constituents. I think that would bring me a lot of sanity and joy. So at the state level, I work on a lot of laws and legislation that overtly benefit people that are in low income or working middle class families. The issue I have is a lot of people in Kansas City doesn't pay attention to state politics. So when we look at a lot of the issues at the city level, I feel that a lot of those are addressable if we have city council people that are actually connected to the community, connecting the community to resources and organizations, and actually working to address the social issues, the economic issues, and they resemble a lot of the work that I do on the state level now.
You're running citywide, but you come from the 3rd District, have to reside in the 3rd District to run at large. So looking at the 3rd, what are 2 or 3 of the most significant problems you hope the city council will address?
Well, the 3rd District is the most vulnerable district in Kansas City. So we look at violent crime, when we look at lack of economic activity, when we look at tax diversification, these are some of the issues that are prominent in the 3rd District, and they resemble the citywide. So when we talk about development and infrastructure investments, when we talk about social programs and increasing tax diversification and increasing employment opportunities, the 3rd District needs it, and so does certain parts of the city. And the city council is your first vanguard to actually getting that done. Your city council is directly tied into who's going to do development. If your city council member is active in the community, that city council member is connecting people with resources that will reduce crime. And also working on policing is something that I'm looking to do.
We hear a lot of talk these days about the city and affordable housing. Is affordable housing an issue in the 3rd District? And if it is, what's the city's role in solving the problem?
Affordable housing is an issue citywide. It's an issue in the 3rd District, it's an issue downtown, and the city needs to make housing a priority when we do development. And affordable housing can be tied in. So when we look at states like DC or other states that have actually made affordable housing inside of their new development mandate, we see productivity in that city. We see a city that increases the tax diversification in the city that actually works. And I think that affordable housing is one of our top priorities, and we need to stop pricing people out when we do development.
All right, Kansas Cityans just rejected a sales tax for pre-K education. And some people say that's because Kansas Cityans believe they're taxed enough. Do you think Kansas Cityans are taxed enough?
Yeah, Kansas City is overtaxed. So at the state level, we have a couple pieces of legislation that actually cap sales tax at 14%. That comes directly out of the taxing zones that we see in Kansas City and the taxing zones that we see in St. Louis. I believe that our tax tools can be beneficial, but the way that we do things here is tax and spend. So I think 2 things with that pre-K. I think the mayor had a bad pre-K plan, first off, and I think the over-taxation people are getting tired of.
As you know, the City Council voted to change the name of Paseo Drive, make it Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, and the signs are going up. Now a group is conducting a petition campaign to change the name back to Paseo. What do you want?
I want transparency. So when we talk about the Paseo name change, we talk about a process that was altered. They didn't even hit the number of registered people that they needed to hit. But when we talk about the whole conversation of symbolism and something that has substance, I think that's where we should be targeted at. It's one thing to change the name on the street. It's another thing to create something of substance. I'll give you an example. Off of 47th Street, we have a Martin Luther King Park. We could have utilized that park, brung in some type of museum or something that actually creates economic activity and also increases the culturalistic understanding. We didn't do that.
Just to wrap it up, do you want it called Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or Paseo?
To be honest, I have no fight in that, but I would have rather it stayed Purcell. I
Okay.
would have rather we focus on Martin Luther King Park if we wanted to do something symbolic, but I would rather have something of substance.
Got it. Thanks for coming in. Good luck in your campaign.
No, thanks.
That is 3rd District Council candidate Brandon Ellington. His opponent joins us next week.